Once again today, Republicans in the Senate blocked a vote on fully funding TSA. Every day, every single day, Senate Democrats tried to vote on fully funding TSA, and Republicans in the Senate oppose it every single time. And so it could not be more clear that the reason TSA is not being paid is Republicans and Donald Trump are refusing to pay them. And so Republicans have created the longest TSA lines in history. Today, Senator Patty Murray said, for the 11th time, Republicans have blocked Democrats from paying TSA. Republicans have been given 11 chances to send TSA agents their paychecks, but they refuse. And today, the acting TSA administrator said this in a House hearing.
This has led to the highest wait times in TSA history, with some wait times greater than 4.5 hours. We are being forced to consolidate lanes and may have to close smaller airports if we do not have enough officers. It is a fluid, challenging, and unpredictable situation. We understand this is frustrating and disruptive. Many in our workforce have missed bill payments, received eviction notices, had their cars repossessed and utilities shut off, lost their childcare, defaulted on loans, damaged their credit line, and drained their retirement savings. Some are sleeping in their cars, selling their blood and plasma, and taking on second jobs to make ends meet, all while being expected to perform at the highest level when in uniform to protect the traveling public.
In that hearing, Congressman Lou Correa said this.
This is a headline from Monday, New York Times, actually, Tuesday. President Trump said on Monday that Republicans should stop negotiating with Democrats to end the partial government shutdown and instead focus on passing his voter legislation. He actually has told Republican senators, stop negotiating with Democrats. We have a disconnect here, wouldn't you say?
Joining us now is Democratic Congressman James Walkinshaw from Virginia. He's a member of the House Homeland Security Committee. Congressman, I have to say, we've had government shutdowns many times over the last 30 years or so. It's a modern phenomenon in our government, and it wasn't always easy to say exactly whose fault it was that the government was still shut down on that day. This is the clearest one I've ever seen. Republicans have had a chance every single day to fully fund TSA. They refuse every single day.
Yeah, that's right. You've done a great job of talking through what's happened in the Senate. In the House, we have a discharge petition for our legislation to fund TSA and all of those other DHS agencies, with the exception of ICE and CBP. And all the Democrats have signed on to that discharge petition. Not one single Republican in the House has signed that discharge petition to fund TSA, pay our hardworking TSA agents. It is absolutely clear what's taken place here. This is another Trump Republican shutdown.
You were in that hearing today. What did you learn in that hearing about the situation?
Well, we know that it is a dire situation at TSA, especially. And look, it didn't start with this shutdown. I think this is important to remind folks. The Trump administration has been taking their DOGE chainsaw to the federal workforce for this entire term, 300,000 job loss. At TSA, they were talking about privatizing TSA not long ago. Trump administration was stripping those agents of their collective bargaining rights, their union rights that protect their pay and benefits and their safety in the workplace. So this administration and Republicans in Congress have been going after our TSA agents for 15 months. This shutdown is another example of it.
This didn't happen for one day during the Biden presidency, where in matters like this, competence ruled in the White House. You have a White House that the president is being accused very credibly of being a delusional president today over his war, obviously delusional about what happens at commercial airports where he has never had to hold a boarding pass.
Yeah, look, if President Trump ever had a fastball, he clearly has lost it. He has bungled this negotiation around DHS. He's obviously bungling the disastrous war that he's gotten us into in Iran. And the American people are paying the price. They're looking at $4 a gallon gas, 4-hour wait at TSA lines, tariffs driving up prices for the goods that hardworking Americans need. We can't take a lot more. The pocketbooks of the American people can't take too much more Donald Trump's and his delusions.
Congressman James Walkinshaw, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thanks, Lawrence.